An act of terrorism. We now know one of the San Bernardino shooters did have ties with ISIS, pledging her allegiance. The California mass shooting investigation now in the hands of the FBI after it's discovered that one of the shooters did pledge allegiance on Facebook to ISIS just before the attack.
Yeah, the FBI has now taken control of this investigation after what they're calling indications of radicalization, with the agents focused on a Facebook post made by the woman shooter that supports a leader of ISIS. The director of the FBI spoke publicly a short time ago, and he says the shooters are not believed to be part of a larger network.
We know that this is very unsettling for the people of the United States. What we hope you will do is not let fear become disabling, but to instead try to channel it into an awareness of your surroundings to get you to a place where you are living your life, but if you see something that doesn't make sense, you say something to somebody.
All right, here at home, the latest details of the San Bernardino shooting has local leaders concerned about some anti-Muslim backlash.
Yeah, let's go to our Will Jones. He is live tonight with this part of the story. And what are they saying, Will?
Well, Ruth, we spoke to the executive director of CARE here in Michigan. He says he's saddened by the loss of life like all Americans. He says some in his community are on edge, fearing backlash. The FBI announcing today it's now investigating the mass shooting in San Bernardino as an act of terrorism. The female shooter allegedly pledged support to ISIS on Facebook. Investigators believe the couple might have been inspired by, but not directed by ISIS to carry out the attack.
Well, we obviously send our condolences to the families of the victims, and we decry and are against acts of wanton violence against any group of people, irrespective of who the victims are or who the perpetrators are.
David Bowdich is the executive director of the Michigan chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations. He recalls following the Paris attacks that ISIS claimed responsibility for, some local Muslims face backlash. Now, after the San Bernardino shooting that left 14 people dead and 21 others wounded, Bowdich is wondering if his office will field more complaints from Muslims in Metro Detroit worried about their safety.
There are some Muslims in our community who are on edge, but at the end of the day, the communities that we live in, we are contributing to those communities and to our society.
Bowdich says the political rhetoric isn't helping.
If a Muslim commits a mass shooting, then all of a sudden the Muslim community becomes a political football.
Bowdich says this country has a major problem with mass shootings, and he says this problem is not specific to Muslims. We are live. Will Jones, Local 4.
All right, Will, thank you. And coming up at 6:30, Lester Holt is going to anchor NBC Nightly News from San Bernardino with the very latest on this terror investigation.